Fringe back at Edinburgh Street Food with
Isla Fairfield.
And what are you bringing to the Fringe this year?
A show called Ostrich.
What can you tell us about Ostrich without giving too much away?
Okay, so it is a one-woman show. It's a comedy show, but it's also quite heartfelt. It's about a girl from Fife whose mum passes away, and she then runs away down to London trying to escape the grief. But of course, you can't escape grief. So it's called Ostrich because she buries her head in the sand. She doesn't want to face her fears, but of course it's going to happen. She's going to be at face with it, so yeah, that's what's fun.
It's a lot of layers in that, I like it. I've seen some of your social posts, some of that choose life banter in there. There's very Scottish comedy coming to London.
Yes, there's a lot of Scottish references, a lot of Scottish banter. There's a lot of references that there's actually the opening scene of the play, and this is not a spoiler. It's funny because about half of the audience don't really quite get it because it's a joke about being from Fife.
Right.
So if you're from Fife or you know where Fife is, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. But that's okay because the rest of the show everybody does understand. But yeah,
it's a safe space. We're all learning together there.
Exactly.
So you're London based. There are fringes all over the world. Why did you bring it to Edinburgh?
Well, I think one, because my target demographic is Scottish people, for one. I mean, it's not just Scottish people. I think it's a show that anybody from the UK can come and see and enjoy and get it. But also, it's the best arts festival in the whole world, isn't it? It's the best place to be in the whole world.
Yeah. Us and then Adelaide.
Yeah.
Adelaide Fringe is
Adelaide, well, I didn't have the budget for that one.
That's fair.
Personally, I like Melbourne, Sydney.
Yeah, I got a free place to stay in Adelaide. That's the reason I picked it.
Well, I've got a free place to stay in Fife, my mum's house.
There we go. Ticking all the boxes coming here. So, obviously not based on your story.
No.
Still have your mum's house to stay at.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes.
I didn't want to ask an awkward question.
No.
But I actually did lose my mum a couple of years ago, so these kind of stories really hit. What can I expect coming to that?
So I think it's good to know that prior to seeing the show that it is about loss, because otherwise I think you would maybe be a bit like, oh, okay. However, there have been lots of people who have lost parents that have come to see the show, and they said it was one of the funniest things they've seen because it was so relatable, because she doesn't sit in the grief. It's all over her world and it keeps hitting her in the face when she least expects it, but she doesn't sit in it, and it just feels very real. So I think you would expect to see things that you can relate to, that there's situations that you would be like, oh, that's happened to me, or I've been in that situation. And yes, of course, my mum is alive. It's not based on my story as a character, but I have taken real life loss to make this story, and we lost a very close family friend a couple of years ago, and the sort of way that we dealt with it and other members of her family dealt with it, it was the spectrum of grief is so different for everybody, and everybody deals with things differently. And yeah, I just thought it would be nice to show an element of grief that doesn't feel forced, and it doesn't feel like it's not doom and gloom, and it's not so depressing. It's like, actually sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're surprised. It's just, I wanted to show grief in a way that maybe not everybody has seen before.
I will admit we're a dark humour family. Every Mother's Day is my favourite at the moment. So I don't know what to buy, and I just look at them and go, just be nice. Because everyone forgets, because we always joke still. We joke like Mum's still here, and we tell stories like Mum's still here. So there are so many facets, and the spectrum is so wide.
Well, yeah, of course. And I think that's what the show shows as well, that some days you can make jokes about it, and sometimes you can totally detach yourself from the situation, and other times it's like, okay, no, I'm here, and it's hit me in the face, and I've just got to face it. But yeah, I also think there's a line in the show that's about cracking jokes about your dead mum, and the funniest joke about having a dead mum is when you say it in a room and people don't know if they can laugh at it. That's the best bit.
Agreed.
So there's a bit of everything in this.
Yeah.
And we were at high school at the same time. For as long as I've known you, you've always done performing in some sort.
Yeah.
So have you got a moment that stands out in performing? It doesn't necessarily need to be fringe related. It could be good, could be bad, but have you got a standout story?
Because I have a few, but for me, it genuinely, it's not, obviously you want people who are in the industry or people who can give you money to like it, But for me, it's when people genuinely, like after the show today, I've just performed. After the show, there was a woman there with her daughter, and she came up to me at the end. She went, "Please, can I give you a hug?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she hugged me and she went, "That was genuinely wonderful, and that was so good, and I'm so glad we saw your video on social media." Or yesterday, a woman I flyered in the street and said, "Do you want to come with this?" And she came with her husband. They're just up in Scotland for a visit. And she sent me a message on Facebook. She managed to find me on Facebook last night. She sent me a message saying, "I'm so glad that you bumped into us. Like, the world meant for us to meet. That was wonderful. We had such a good time, and I really hope this show sells out." I mean, me too. But yeah, it's all those little moments. It's when strangers, of course you want your family to like it as well, and your friends, but it's when strangers are genuinely like blown away, or like genuinely just really connected with it, and I'm like, that's exactly why I've done this. That's it.
It's so important. Art is, everyone says art's the eye of the beholder, but you create it.
Yeah.
So for it to be accepted and found in these special ways is incredible. I'm going to go another personal way. Lime kilns to London. So, big jump.
Indeed.
Give a wee comparison in your best possible lime kilns to London, where you're from, where you are.
Lime kilns to London.
You might have to explain what Lime Kilns is.
Lime Kilns is a wee village just outside of Dunfermline. So I didn't actually grow up in Lime Kilns. I moved to Lime Kilns when I was at high school. So I lived in Dunfermline for primary school, and then secondary school travelled from Lime Kilns in. In Lime Kilns, you cannot walk down the street without somebody knowing you. In fact, I thought it was really funny when I first came back, because we were driving into Lime Kilns and I saw a girl out for a run. I thought, "Who's that?" "Oh, that's such and such." That doesn't happen in London. You can literally, you're almost like, people don't know you. You're incognito when you're down there. But I think the thing for me that I found really strange was that there are loads of really positive things about London, but I found it so strange that no one talks to each other. People don't say hello to each other in the street, and genuinely for the first few days I was like, "Hello," when I walk past people in the street, and they're like, "Is she on drugs?" I'm like, "No, we just speak to each other in Fife."
Yeah, it's one of my favourite things is sitting on the tube and making eye contact with people.
Oh God, they hate it.
I always get a seat because they're like, this man's going to kill me. And I'm just like, "You're right, pal, how's it gone?"
And they're like, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I think what's really lovely is in London, when you hear a Scottish accent, both heads go like this. And it's like you beeline for each other. If you're on the tube, you hear a Scottish accent, you're like, "Right, pal, where are you from?" And then immediately you're in conversation. It's really nice to find that sense of connection. But yeah, London, as much as we like to slag it off, it is really nice, and it's so multicultural, it's so diverse. I've met so many different people down there, and it is really great. But the thing about coming home and it just feeling like, I feel like anything could happen to you in the street in Fife and somebody would genuinely look out for you, and somebody would have your back. Whereas in London it does feel quite lonely sometimes. So that's definitely a big contrast.
That's a big change. And also, speaking of multicultural and diverse, we are in Edinburgh Street Food Market. We have plenty going on here. Question we're asking everybody, since they've kindly given us a table.
Yes.
And you're going to get two as well, because you have a character. So,
yeah, okay.
Who would your character, or what would your character pick to eat if they could eat anything in the world, and then what would you have? If you could have it right here, right now.
Right here, right now. I think Tilly, the character, would eat a kebab. She'd eat a kebab, right?
Yeah.
Probably a hoagie wrap. She'd have garlic, but also chilli sauce. But she would have she'd put really hot sauce on it to try and impress people that she likes spicy foods, but she actually can't really hack the spicy foods.
She's a Nando's swap the flag girl.
Oh, she's a Nando's swap the flag girl, 100%. For me personally, this is the most Fife thing I'm ever going to say. I'd love a baked tatty. Spud dads!
Yep, I had them for lunch. That was me. I had the haggis and peppercorn baked potato. So I was like, I just want a baked tatty.
I know. Well, one of my pals came round to my flat in London a few weeks ago. She was like, "Oh, do you want to get food in?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to make a baked tatty. Do you want one?" She was like, "Okay." Made this baked tatty. Honestly, you should have seen this girl's face was like. Yeah. This is the best dinner I've had in ages, and I was like, I know, don't knock it just because it's a simple meal.
So on the note of Fife, on the note of tatties, tatties gone, Stevens.
Oh,
not an ad. Other bakers out there.
Oh,
but it's a place close to home for us.
Yeah,
So we saw that you got something special from Stevens.
I did.
How did that come around?
So they gave me my lunch. They gave me a free lunch. That was because, and I genuinely wasn't doing this to be like, oh, I want to be an influencer where people give me things for free. I was genuinely just being honest, and I put a story on Instagram saying I'm more excited for the Fringe, or am I more excited to have a Stevens? And I thought, if a gun was to my head, it's a steak Friday. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah, so they saw that, and also there's a few other bits of like Fife-centric content, especially being from like Dunfermline, bit of Fife. And I'm just saying, like, I love Stevens, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not being dramatic. I genuinely love a Stevens the Bakers, and it's the thing I look forward to the most. Obviously, apart from my friends and my family and my dog. But yeah,
But gun to the head.
gun to the head.
It's a state Friday.
Stephen's is going to outlive the family friends and dog. It's going to be.
Cut that. But yeah, no, that was it. And they messaged me on Instagram saying, "Come along, we'll give you a wee frog cake." And I couldn't say no.
I'm going to be controversial right now. I'm a Baines gal.
Right. Since I have put some content out about Stevens, there's been a lot of discourse on my posts about what is better, Stevens or Baines, right? Now, Baines are from Kinross, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm from Fife, so I can't say that Baines are better. However, when I was at high school, do you know what I used to do? I used to go to Baines for a filled roll and then a Stevens for my cake.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually
Okay, fair.
also the day that Stevens, I got the free Stevens, we did have a Baines later on. But Baines charged us for it, so
Oh well.
no, it's small businesses. I wouldn't expect
Bakery wars.
I know, bakery wars. No, I would not expect anything to be free. But also, then the Fishers gals are in the comments
Oh
saying,
yeah.
well, what about Fishers?
Oh, we would do filming once a month up in St Andrews,
Yeah.
and straight over to Fisher Donaldson, and I couldn't go by any one of the glass cases. I'll just get that, and I'll just get that, and I'll just get
Oh
that.
yeah,
and
they look so good, don't they? I mean, the presentation that they've got going on, it does lure you in. And I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's because it's on a slope, isn't it, rather than on shelves. God, I'm like a bakery fanatic, aren't I? But the coffee towers and the fudge donuts do hit the
that's a
spot.
shout.
And I love a Stevens fudge donut. Do you know what? Just a buffet, but with like
Yes.
all the different bakeries that are in Fife.
We were at a wedding recently, and like it was, like rolls for the evening buffet thing. Everyone got like a wee square sausage, bit of bacon, whatever.
Yeah.
Every time I'm somewhere like this, I'm like, why don't just somebody get in a bunch of yum yums and bridies?
No, do you know what? What I said to my boyfriend the other day? I was like, see if we get married, I want crisps as the favours,
Yep,
right, on everybody's
yep.
table. Because I hate going to a wedding and you're sitting watching the speeches thinking, I'm about to fucking die of
Yep.
starvation. If I drink another glass of wine, I will be on the floor. Everybody gets a packet of crisps, and then later on, you get a roll for the bakers.
Yes.
You get a roll for the bakers. That's one thing they don't have in London. Morning rolls.
Oh no, morning roll's very here.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know, it's mental. You've Old Hag in it's like in North London. You can get a filled roll there, and they do square sausage and everything. But it's quite a while away from my house. I live like down the bottom, it's South London. I'm basically as south as you can get in London without them saying it's not London anymore. And yeah, so it's like if I'm hungover, I'm not gonna an hour
Yeah.
It's an arduous journey for a hangover.
for a hangover on the tube to change 3 times. I can't be doing that. But yeah, so I'm hoping they open somewhere in the south. But yeah, no filled rolls.
Couldn't have lived it. That's
So,
not me.
and the bakers, there's no bakers, it's just Greggs. And I mean, no offence, I can hack a Greggs if I have to, but
The only thing that really threw me off, we're just having a wee bit of Scotland England discourse now, but I lived in Leeds for a year for work, and we decided to order a chippy, of a chippy tea,
yeah.
and the people I was staying
I
with
know what you're going to say.
were like, we're just going to get a fish, and I was like, what kind of fancy a special fish? And they looked at me like I was a psycho, and I was like, I just want a special fish. Why are you giving me this?
That's not what I thought you were
Why
going
are
to
you
say.
giving me the hairy eyeball? I actually brought my own brown sauce.
Oh, okay, I thought that's what you
I
were going to
brought
say.
a jug. I went to my Armando's in Hillby. I picked up a jug of their brown sauce. Cost me £6, and it stayed in the back of my car.
Best £6 you'll ever have spent though.
I used to send it to my brother because he lives in Manchester. I went and picked up from Murgatroyd's, a very well-known fish establishment. And I'm walking away and I'm like, what if they ordered in this foot-long box?
Not an ad.
Got home, is my special fish is just like a full fish that is like it might
Eyes
as well
and
still have
everything.
scales. No, it was just huge.
Just huge.
I was like, what is going on? They're like, that's a special fish. I was like, no, that's just a big fish.
It's like just huge.
It's no special.
And also, they leave the skin on.
Yeah,
The bottom side, the skin's
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
Couldn't
the
have
first
that.
chippy I had in London, I went in and I was like, can I have a fish supper? First of all, they were like,
yes.
I was like, fish and chips?
Yeah.
Right, fish and chips. Can I have chippy sauce? What's that? Chippy sauce. They didn't, chippy sauce didn't exist.
No.
So I was like, can I just have brown sauce? And they were like, what? I was like, HP sauce. And they were like, no. They were like, we have ketchup or mayonnaise. And I was like, that's a hate crime to the Scots.
And then they add you, do you want curry sauce? And I'm like,
Yeah.
are you trying to
Well,
start a
so,
fight?
right, so I thought, right, I'm going to have to do curry sauce. It's the best option.
the best
here.
option there.
They gave me it. It had literal bits of chicken in it. It was like soup. It was like chicken soup. And I thought, I genuinely, I've only ever ordered one chippy in London and I've never ever done it again.
Wouldn't risk it.
Wouldn't risk it.
So for anyone's looking for travel advice for London, don't go for a chippy.
Don't go for a chippy.
There's no bakeries
No.
There's no
and there's no
bakeries.
patter. So why
There's
leave
also
Edinburgh?
no chippies in Berlin. It just full stop. I was there for 2 weeks because I overbooked on a city break. Spent a full day looking for a chippy because I just wanted.
So
fish
you
and
can't
chips.
go to London and you
Nah.
can't go to Germany.
Nah,
For a chippy.
Raging.
For a chippy.
it's brought back a whole thing. I need a minute. Keep going.
Need a minute,
with
need a minute. Yeah, it's triggering. But yeah, why do I live in London? It's a really good question, and it's a question I often ask myself. But I think the amount of stuff there is to do, like the amount of stuff there is to do, and also like, I just love like, I really like Scottish culture is amazing, and I really like it, and Cayleys and all that sort of stuff. But like, I also really enjoy like enjoying and learning about other people's cultures.
yeah.
Like it's so cool and it's so nice, and especially I'm in South East London, which is like famously really multicultural. And yeah, it's really good, and you actually do find in the city of London, it's like nobody talks to each other, whatever. But see when you get to bits of South East London and you're in friendship groups of people from all over the world, like it is really nice because everybody does really accept each other, and we're like, we want like they want to learn about Scottish culture and you want to learn about their culture, and it is really good. And also you can actually just a Tuesday night I want to do something, you can go and do something.
Yeah. It might not have chippies, but it does have everything else.
Yeah, it has. Unfortunately, it does have everything else. Will I eventually move back to Scotland? Yes. But right now,
You're fine.
I have to be in London. I
That's
have
fair.
to.
That's fair.
So, what is it that you want to get out of doing the Fringe
So
with the show?
I think this year, like I really want people, audience members, like strangers, to come and enjoy it. Like I really, really want that. But my long-term goal is I really want to see Scottish women on the telly that feel real, that feel relatable, that people can turn on and watch and think, oh my god, that's me, or that's my pal, or that's somebody that like I know. Because at the moment, it's drug dealers, drug addicts, substance abusers, young mums, like people living in poverty. And those things like should be talked about. We should see it. But it's all depressing.
Yeah.
Show me somebody who's had like a horrendous substance abuse addiction that's come out the other end of it, that's really joyful. Show me a young mum that's like had a baby and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to her. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just want to see Scottish women on telly that are like, not just on telly, but on stage and on telly and films that you go, that's us. And also a big thing for me is I want to show that you can show Scottish stories to audiences from all over the world, and they don't have to be from Scotland to get it and enjoy it.
I think the other thing is you also want to see stories where people haven't gone through that. Like the hardest thing they've gone through is when they ask where you're from, you say Lime Kilns, and they're like, where? Dunfermline. Where?
Yeah.
Fife. Where?
Yeah.
Edinburgh. Got it.
Got it. Edinburgh, yes, I'm from Edinburgh. Although I actually made a point when I first moved, I would go, oh, it's near Edinburgh. Now, genuinely, and I'm not that, ask anybody who's ever met me, I will go, I'm from Fife. Where's Fife? It's north of Edinburgh, but whereabouts is it? Here's a map. It looks like a wee dog on the map, and I show them it. And now it's like there are people who had never even heard of like anywhere beyond Edinburgh and Glasgow before they met me, and they're now like, Fife is here. St Andrews at the top bit, but that's not really like Fife because it's a bit different to Fife. And I'm like, do you know what? People from London are given crash courses on Fife, and I've won at life. I've won.
I've never thought the wee dog, but now I see it.
Yeah, it's a wee dog.
Yeah.
It
I
looks
never
like
thought the wee dog. We
No.
were taught that in primary school.
Nah.
you not even listen.
I didn't go to primary school in
You
Fife.
know, you also probably thought, I'm never ever going to need to tell anybody that.
Oh no, I have. I have.
But
I've never thought I'm going to have to. I've never looked at it and went, I'm going to have to explain what the wee dog is. But I also never thought I'd have to explain to someone what a door was. So life will like bring you a lot of places.
life
It
does
Yeah.
teach you a lot of things. Even today, I was like, somebody looked at my top and they went, "Oh, feel it? Oh no, it's spelt wrong." I was like, "No, it's Fife." And they were like, "Where's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just across the water." And they were like, "No idea, no idea." And then I tried to explain it, and I was like, "Oh, the Forth Road Bridge," and they're looking at me like I've got 3 heads. And I thought, yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, that
Not
feels
worth
right.
it.
That's
It's not worth it.
Yeah, when you land here, there's here, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's here, and where Highland cows are up in the hills.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. The bit in between, just go right.
Yeah, well, people are like, "Oh, it's the bit in between Dundee and Edinburgh." I'm like, "Whoa, put some respect on our name. Put some respect on our name."
it's our word. We're allowed to say that.
Yeah. Listen, I can say it's a shithole, but you fucking can.
Here, you've got Dundee. It's just worse as you go up. They're not that bad.
Gateway to the Highlands is
Ga-
gateway to the Shitlets.
Yeah. Although, yeah, it is hilarious. My boyfriend's English. No, he's nice. We love him. But I took him up to the Highlands last year, and he genuinely like jaw dropped the whole time, being like, "What on earth?" Because this man has only ever seen Edinburgh and Fife. So when he's walking about Rosyth, he was like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting the Highlands to look like this." I was like, "Look, we're multifaceted. We can do lots of things."
One of our beaches up there is one of like the top 10 beaches in the world you can visit. And it's
Insane.
Yeah.
Stornoway and Uist has 2 of the top 3 or top 5 beaches,
Yeah.
so it's better than the
The
Caribbean.
thing is, though, right? They are insanely beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's about 3 days of the year you could be there in a
Yes.
bikini.
Yeah, and there's also 8 hours in a boat and 4 hours of driving.
Yeah.
So,
It also depends how you look at that bikini, because I have been asked to leave. So,
They were like, "Okay."
not enough fabric on either side of that on me to get that. So,
Well, yeah.
so we've asked you what you have wanted to get out of the show, and that's a great answer. What are you wanting some of your audience to get out of this show?
I want them to walk away and to feel one seen, but also like to relate. And I think particularly young women or even older women to like realise that it's okay to do stupid things or make stupid mistakes, and that everybody is flawed. We all make silly decisions, and it's okay to sometimes be do a bad things, because it doesn't equal bad person. Now, of course, if you continually do things and at no point you stop, you are a bad person. But like when you're going through a hard time or you're doing loads of things, and sometimes you have to do stupid things to actually figure shit out. Like, if I think about the way I used to behave 5 years ago, even like maybe like 6, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, I would die of shame now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I needed to do that stuff to figure stuff out. Like when you do things and you neglect your friends sometimes, or you don't listen to your like parents' advice and all that sort of stuff. You've got to do it, because you've got to figure shit out. And I want audience members to come and see it and be like, one, it's okay that I've not got everything figured out, and two, more specifically, if people are grieving somebody, like that it's okay, that it doesn't feel normal, or that your grief looks different to somebody else's.
Yeah.
so before we go, I've got 2 more questions for you.
Yep.
First one, where can people find you? At the Fringe,
Yep.
on socials, everywhere else.
Okay, so the show is at the Gilded Balloon Patter House, and it is called Ostrich, on at 1:20 in the daytime, 1:20 in the afternoon, every day until the 16th. So I'm just doing the first half of the month. You can follow us on Pink Palace Productions on Instagram, and we also have a website, pinkpalaceproductions.co.uk.
So last question, same
Yep.
question everyone gets asked.
Yep.
It's been a running tradition for a few years now. The last person leaves an anonymous note for the next. So the
Okay.
last person we spoke to said they feel that they said comedian, but we'll use performer, should care about what they wear on stage. Because if you go up looking like you don't put in any effort, audience are going to think you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, I agree with.
It was very specifically every performer should care as much about what they wear on stage as a drag artist cares.
Okay, yeah, no, I do agree with that. I think it needs to be purposeful what you wear on stage. However, sometimes looking like a mess is actually important for the role, and that's thought out. So for my character, she wears a very plain outfit. Now, if people know me out with the show, I'm not a plain character. I wear crazy colours, crazy outfits. That is just how I dress. Whereas the character Tilly is not the sort of she's quite loud because she's Scottish, and Scottish girls can be quite loud. But she doesn't like drawing attention to herself, so she is very plain. But it is also thought out. Like I actually had to get my little sister to send me pictures of her friends about what they've been wearing when they're out casually, because I was like, I need to look normal. Can you show me how to look like a normal girl from Scotland? And she was laughing, being like, she was like, you've lived in London for too long.
Can you send me pictures of all your friends? I need to be normal.
And yeah, I need to be normal. This character is normal. And she was like, this is an issue.
So, lastly, what would you like to leave for the person sitting here next? It could be a question, it could be advice, anything.
Okay, anonymous, right, okay. Sometimes the smallest audiences are the most important ones. So even if there's only 2 people sat in your audience, give them the performance of your life. Because and even if the laughs are very small, like, just trust that like that is actually a good thing. Because the last time I performed at the Fringe, my smallest audience, it was to like, I think it was 9 people I performed to, and one of the people in the audience, I didn't know they were there because they bought their ticket, was a producer who then went on to like pick me up and help me with work in the future, and I never had a clue about it. So I think it's like, don't look at a small audience and see it as a failure. Look at a small audience and think this is an opportunity. And also, even if they're not an industry person, they could genuinely could be somebody who, like my show, somebody that's gone through grief and has never seen a show that felt real to them, and they've sat and they've watched the show and they've like, I really related to that and that felt real to me. So yeah, small audiences don't equal bad.
Good, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very
Lastly, can we see the bag?
Oh yeah, I've got my poster in my bag.
The very plain outfit poster.
Yeah, I know. I've also got my pink trousers on, my pink jacket. Somebody was like, did you do that for Gilded Balloon? I was like, no, but I do think that's why I put my show in Gilded Balloon, because
Meant to be.
we're pink and Scottish women. Like, it's got to be done.
Love it.
Brilliant, thank you for everything.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.